Now we have Unit 7, directions. Next to. So if something's next to something, like if there's a house and it's next to another house, you'd show it like that. For instance, if you remember in the past unit, we talked about the water fountain being near the bathroom. So here's the restroom here, and here's my reference, and then next to that I used the flat hand for next to. There was the water fountain. So it's next to, next to. Then we have beside or near, remember, is like this. But if we're showing in directions that something's next to versus across from, that's where we do that V hand shape. And then this is the near, okay? Then number 2, we have across from. Or you can be across this way. So it's your 2 index fingers, wherever it's across from, okay? Then you have behind. You have number 4, exit. So outside, you could, it's a sign exit, but it means leave, leave, go. Okay? You see that? Go. Okay? You have past. Again, this is in reference to our directions. So again, if I said the drinking fountain is past the restrooms, so our restrooms are here, and the drinking fountain, so that would mean it's past, and this is past. This is actually signed for pass, but to show that it's past, you would show it in reference to one another. So the one you come to first, and then the other one's past it. Remember the dialogue in Signing Naturally where she wanted to know where the telephone was. She asked if it was near the elevator. The woman said, no, it's past, and that's how she showed it. Before. Now, before has several contextual meanings. It can mean, for instance, in a sequence, something that happens before, but it can also be if you have to stand before a judge, so that's done like this. Before, so it shows the person standing before the other person, and the person that you're standing before is going to have higher authority, so it's going to be higher than you. Before. Okay? And then before. And then also you'll see, like, if you're talking about a book and you're talking about the chapters before, because the book is laid out like this, and then before, or chronological dates before, you would do it like that, before, okay? All right, and then we have after. ASL doesn't really use after. You'll see this after, but the word that's really used for after is finish. So, for instance, if you come to the stoplight, then finish, you're going to see the store on your right, or something like that. That's how it would work. But I do see a lot of older and younger using the after like this. But it's supposed to mean like the example in, I think I gave it in Unit 2, for instance, you eat, finish, then go shopping. Okay? So that means after you're done eating, go shopping, that type of thing. And then we have next. So something's happening after another thing. Next. And that concludes, oh, I forgot one, sorry. Number 10, we have around the corner. So we talked about the hall. I think we did. I hope I didn't skip that, just in case I did. In the house you have the hall, the long hallway. And if I were to say, if I was in a building, like a school building, and I said you go down the hall, and then you turn left at the corner. Here's my corner. If you're going to turn right, you turn this way. Again, your reference hand has to stay up. Okay? You can't drop it because there's nowhere for it to, there's no reference. There's no reference. So you got to show a reference point. So, and when I go, that means it's right there. But it might not necessarily be there. So it might be you go down the hall, you turn left, and then you go down another hall, and you turn right, and you go down another, I don't know, it just depends. But this is your hall, and then this is your around the corner where you're turning it, going down the hallway. And that concludes all of our words for the directions in Unit 7.